Most beginners do not fail because they are bad with money. They fail because they do smart things in a stupid order. They open a brokerage before they can handle a car repair. They buy a random stock before they understand tax advantage accounts. They automate investing while a credit card quietly charges ugly interest. Today, you get the exact order, ARUB, a simple map. Emergency fund thinking, high interest debt reality, Roth if it fits, taxable. Fancy stuff later, not so you become a finance nerd, so you stop leaking progress. This is education, not personal financial advice. Your situation can differ. Use this as a framework, not a command. Investing involves risk, including losing money. Finance content loves optimization. Best fund, best broker, best card. But optimization on a broken sequence is a spoiler on a car with no brakes. Wrong order means forced to sell investments at the worst time. Tax confusion you did not need yet. Anxiety that makes you quit. Investing does not work for me. Waos. When the real issue is sequence. Right order means even boring moves feel calm. Rao. Because life does not liquidate your future. Memorize this ladder. 5 levels. 1 AE, air and food money. Stability. 2 AE, toxic interest. Stop the bleeding. 3 EE, starter emergency fund. Shock absorber. 4 EE, tax advantage investing. Often a Roth for many beginners with earned income. 5 AEDURO, taxable investing and upgrades. Skill. Everything sexy. AEUU, stock picking. Options. House hacking. Podcasts. EU video lives after you can explain levels 1 through 4 without sweating. Level 1. Stability. Before investor era, you need non-negotiable stability. Rent or mortgage path for the month. Food, utilities, transport to work. Minimum payments so accounts do not implode. If investing requires you to bounce a bill, it is not investing April. It is cosplay. Action. Know your minimum monthly survival number. Write it down. Level 2. High interest debt reality check. Not all debt is equal. Toxic. High interest revolving debt, borrowing. Many credit cards. That rate can outrun realistic long-term market returns. Tool-ish, some lower rate structured debt. Context matters. Educational rule of thumb, many planners discuss. If interest is very high, paying it down can be the highest return available to you personally, because it is a guaranteed rate you stop paying. I am not saying never invest with any debt. I am saying do not role play Warren Buffett while a card balance is lighting money on fire nightly. Action. List debts with balances and rates. Circle anything painfully high. That circle is part of your money order. Level 3. Starter emergency fund. People skip this because it is not investing. Then life happens, Oguri Daubro, and they sell investments at a loss to fix a transmission. What it is? Cash set aside for true emergencies. Job blip, medical deductible, critical car repair, not concerts. How much to start a Bureau framework? Not a magic law. A starter is often discussed in the ballpark of $500 to $2,000, or about 1 month of essentials if you can. A fuller fund later is commonly discussed as 3 to 6 months of essentials, taropio. Once investing is already running, you do not need a perfect 6-month fortress before you ever invest, a taropio, especially if that becomes a 5-year excuse. You do need enough cushion that a normal life problem does not force a fire sale. Where it lives, a separate savings style account you do not day spend from. Action. Open a separate bucket. Automate money per paycheck until the starter goal hits. Label it emergencies only. Level 4. Tax advantage investing. Once you are not one flat tire away from ruin, investing gets a better home. Roth IRA EW. United States education. For many beginners with earned income, a Roth is a common first long-term account people learn about because qualified retirement withdrawals can be tax-free. Annual limits. Income eligibility. Rules change. Verify current IRS rules for your year and situation. Why this often sits before random taxable stock picking. Tax treatment can matter over decades. It reinforces long-term behavior. It keeps early dollars focused on building AA products, not gambling. If Roth is not available or does not fit, use a workplace plan if you have one AA up. Especially, learn how an employer match works if you have one, or use a taxable brokerage. Progress beats purity. What goes inside, AA same philosophy as the $100 video. Broad, low cost, explainable. The account is the wrapper. The holdings are the engine. Action this month. Do I have earned income? Do I have a workplace plan? What is my next eligible account? Open one, fund something small, document the login, move on. Level 5, Taxable AIRO and Advanced Later. Taxable brokerage is where you invest beyond IRA limits, access money more flexibly, AIRO with tax consequences, AIRO, and scale after the foundation. Even here, beginners usually do better with simple diversified investing before complex strategies. Parked in later on purpose, concentrated stock picking, options, leverage, exotic themes. Not because they are evil, because they are optional complexity. Complexity before order is how people get humbled. Do not skip failure modes, skip emergency cash, sell investments in a panic, skip debt reality, market gains, lose to interest, skip tax advantaged, leave useful structure on the table, skip simplicity, 14 tickers, 0 plan. Skip automation, rely on motivation. Motivation flakes. If you already did things out of order, no shame. Reorder. Stabilize. Point new dollars at the ladder. Pick your lane. Path A, anxious, unstable, month to month. Levels 1 through 3, hard. Tiny learning investments, only if they do not threaten stability. Path B, stable, but high interest debt is ugly. Attack toxic interest. Keep a starter cash buffer so you do not reborrow. Path C, stable, debt manageable, you just have not started. Starter emergency fund, open Roth or workplace plan. Automate. Watch the $100 video for mechanics. Path D, you already invest randomly. Stop adding chaos. New money follows the ladder. Clean up slowly. Recap. Screenshot this. 1 stability. 2 toxic interest reality. 3 starter emergency fund. 4 tax advantage investing. 5 taxable and advanced later. Order is a gift you give future you. If you have not made the first deposit yet, watch how to start investing with $100. That is a hands-on lab. If you want the portfolio side next, AI Ruru, simple fun thinking for beginners. AI Ruru, subscribe and open the Start Here playlist. This is first dollar invested, fix the order, then press go.